is an application, so you can store it manually. You can store it in your computer, in your local version system, just as normal applications. And I'm pretty sure, is everyone having GitHub? Like, raise your hand if you are GitHub. Okay. Anyone? Is there someone who don't have GitHub? Okay, so it's a he of GitHub said the GitHub. My day. Yes, yes, GitHub. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's okay. So as an application, then you can really get it somewhere like Git Bash or something like that. This is how it's installed. So this is like the command line, the CLI command line interface, and then there is also like the Git desktop, something like that. Yeah, I think there is also a graphic. There is also a graphic. I mean, this is the two things. This is the proof that you have GitHub. So if you don't have these two things, it means that you don't have GitHub. This one is the command line interface, which you know, and this one is a GUI, like graphic user interface about GitHub, where you can do all those perform those things. Most of developers that don't like this graphical, I mean, this graphics, they just prefer using this CLI instead of this one, as it's flexible and quick. Yeah. So this is GitHub. This is the proof that you have GitHub in your computer. So if you don't have it, let me know, or you can just go ahead and install it. Good. Okay. And that was about Git. That was about Git. Yeah, as a normal application, and this one is just tracking things. So for you just to track it, you should have the applications. And then this Git has a set of commands. Yeah, it has a set of commands that you can use so that you can. I mean, you can just get use of the thing. Let's say, no, not this one. Let me open Git Bash. But if you can, let's say this, you can even use git and then you say dash dash, let's say version. I think this one will just display the version of the git, something like that. Yeah, it's showing me the git version that I'm having. You see, so this is it. So this git here have a lot of things. I think I can say like man git. Let me see. Okay, let's say git. And I'm trying to see if they can bring at least something. Okay, wonderful. Here it can, if you wanna say just git and then you say help, it can be able to show you like some few command you can perform git. Let's say here like there are common git command used in various situations. You can say git clone, git unis, git add, git mv, git restore, git whatever. So this command, that's what we'll be reading about them, how they work, how to perform such and this and that, you know. So these are things about git and stuff, right? So that's what's git, and this one is installed manually and everything. For you to start using git, you really need to initialize your project so that it's called recognize git, right? So if you're an application to track, you mean if you want your folder, your application, your package to be tracked by git, then you have to install it. That's when you see like this thing like called git in it, and then they say it creates an empty git repository or initialize an existing one. Yeah, so whenever you want to add it, then you put it, and then the git will detect every changes you're having there. Until you do that, until you do git init, then you never unlock the potential usage of git. Yeah, so that's what you have to put in mind for now. Whenever you want to get used, you just have to unit, like sort of initialize your, I mean, your project, you know, initialize your repository. You know, as I told you, pre-repository. Whenever I'm talking about repository, remember that I'm talking about a folder or I'm talking about a project, something like that, right? So that's it. So whenever you wanna make like your folder, you wanna make it a repository, then say git init. We're just gonna sit in a show. If we are, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a chance to do that, right? Cool. So, second of all, as I said, we're gonna do an intro into Git and GitHub. Yeah. Then comes GitHub. They say GitHub is a cloud-based services that hosts Git repository. Git is not the only option for hosting Git repository, but it's widely used. Okay, whatever I'm talking to you, like whatever I'm saying here, like Git and GitHub, they are just widely used, but there are also other alternative version controlled. Yeah. If you wanna check more about them, you can just go ahead and go Google them, and then you see most of them. Yeah. Same as Git, yeah. There is Git bucket, there is GitLab, there is GitHub. There is a lot of also cloud-based. And whenever we are talking about cloud-based services host, it means like it's like a servers or computers that are online where you can push your code, where you can store a repository which is in term of codes, and then repository in term of folder and projects. Yeah. So it means like those versions that I'm making with Git, the purpose is like for us to send like the chunk of the data we want to the repository, cloud-based repository, because then someone else can use it, right? Because once you steal my computer, no one else is gonna access it. It will still be the same as they having the floppy disk and CDs, right? They're there. Do you need just maybe to send it to the flash disk or something, right? But whenever we introduce now cloud, it means like everyone can access cloud if they are authorized to access it, right? So that's the idea. So putting in the cloud is like making it like available for everybody to use it or contribute to the project, change something, and then push again, make it available to everyone again, right? So this is the drill, yeah. So Git is be locally managing everything locally, and then whenever we want to publish, let's just use the mount publish or something. Whenever we want to make it remote, we want to make it accessible for everybody, for the public, then we need to put it in the cloud-based application, which is GitHub. In this one, to use it, you just really need what? An account on GitHub. Yeah, you just need an account on GitHub. Let me open here. Yeah, you just need an account on GitHub. This is the main page of GitHub. And I'm pretty sure everyone has like the account now. Anyone who don't, is there someone who don't have an account on GitHub? Let me know if you don't have an account. Yeah, I think so. I'm recording. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. Let me check. Let me check again. Um, okay. So, let me check. Okay, yeah, I'm checking. I'm recording. I'm streaming. I'm streaming at the same time on TikTok. I mean, I'm streaming on the same time on Twitch and YouTube. So we'll get the link later on. Yeah. Good. Thank you for reminding me though. Okay. Um Okay, is there anyone who don't have a GitHub account? Because I really want to move on the same space. I really want to. I want us to move in the same pace so that no one will be left behind. Right? We should all be this in the same. I mean, the same space, so that we at least know. Pretty sure that after we finish this one, everyone like is doing exercises and they can go ahead and exercise themselves. Right? So that's the thing. So this is GitHub. This is the platforms, and this is my profile. Actually, you could see. Okay, this is a bit weird, but let's just go. The profile. You can go to my profile. There is something like a portfolio, something where you can add. It is this markdown. There is this technology markdown that you are using that you can craft your code, to look good. You can change everything. You can change like put a headline. This is a number of followers. Some information about me. Also here some information about me. Some stacks I use. These are some highlighted project that I have, and this one is like tracking. I mean, probably the ability, the availability of your doing, the progress you are doing from everything, right? So there is this tab here called repository. These are the number of repository, number of projects you're working on. Yeah, you could check them out. Also, a lot of them. It can be public, it can be private, or something like that. Yeah. So these everything here like project. These are all of them are projects and stuff. Yeah. So this is GitHub and this is the cloud. Actually, I don't know. I don't really know how many projects up to how many projects you can store, but it's just a lot. I'm now on my 148, and I don't know. I'm still having some spoilers to store. So that's mainly Git, right? So There is a available GitHub cheat sheet. You can go ahead and read it about it. There is also, I guess we all have our resources, so go ahead and read about them. But for me today, I'm not gonna focus on the. As I told you, I'm not going to focus more on the. Explaining this thing again. I'm pretty sure that you've gone through them. I'm just gonna focusing on the practical things. So you're gonna do more practical and stuff, right? That's my focus of today. So and then whenever I'm saying something that you don't have idea about, oh yeah, stop me right away. Let me know right away so that I can see how we can I can explain more, right? Good. Okay. So that was Git, about Git and GitHub, and then now we move on the things. Now we're doing diving deep, sir. Okay. Okay. So, as we saw, as we know, just to use Git and GitHub, you just need to install first of all GitHub, which I have right here. I can use with a CLI, which is say command line interface, and then I can use the a graphical user interface. Yeah, I can use both of them. Okay, I don't know. I'm very confusing command lines, so you excuse me on that. But you can go ahead also and explore the Git graphical user interface, right? Just use the one you're comfortable with, right? And then now probably having anything, maybe text editor. Do we need the text editor? Obviously we need the text editor. So, okay, so we are just going to do like few exercises one by one, understanding the things, and then we just continue like that. Let me just try to minimize some things here so that everything can look good, and then we go ahead. Okay, cool. Sorry, I use too much this command line interfaces, so yeah. But in case you just want to know anything, let me know. Stop me. Okay, we are going to start doing exercises, and these are just exercises I'm having here. Been they help me a lot learning GitHub, so I also wanted to share them with you guys so that you can also share them together and do something. So the first bunch of the exercises just probably all about creating a repository, initializing everything and stuff, right? So the first one is saying like create a project and initialize Git. Wonderful. This is what I've just told you that you just have a project and then you now need to initialize it and stuff like that. And then you need to initialize Git, yeah. And the initialize Git, that's what we unlock like the thing about the Git. Okay, let's go ahead and try that one. Let me do document. Let me go. Where should I go? Okay. Okay, let me go to persona. Um, let me just see. Device CTD. Okay. MKD. Okay, let me just create something like code. Oh no. Okay. Let me just remove it. Okay, I just delete it and then I'm going to create mkdir. Let me say x git. Okay. Here I can just do whatever I want if I want it. Here. Can you hear me well? Is everything okay? Okay, that's good. Okay, I was just trying to create a folder, right? So you can see like my project here. Probably I'm calling it X Git, right? That's my project, yeah. So I can go ahead and enter again inside, and then you see that my project is empty for now. Let's also do this one. Ls, and then you say li. That's with you display even the hidden files, and then you could see that even the hide files I have nothing, just like this thing. Yeah. So like literally here, let's say here I cannot in my project right now, I cannot really perform anything about Git. I cannot perform anything like any GitHub stuff, right? So it means like I created a project. I created a project already, what I call it, and then I need to now initialize Git. Yeah. And as you read the other documentation for you to initialize Git, if you want to get some comments about Git, you want to know if few command about Git, you could just say like Git if you have Git installed, and then you could just say help, and then it's just going to display some sort of information about Git, and then you can read, go ahead and read, like they say clone here, clone a repository into a new directory, and then init, and then create an empty Git whatever, and then they say add and then env restore. You can just go ahead and read about them, and then you can understand a few things about it. So now the task now is to create the task now is to initialize Git, right? The task is to initialize Git. And how will we do it? There is a command here. If you check it out here, there is a command called init here, and they say create an empty Git repository or initialize an existing one. In our case here, we do have a project, and then we need just to initialize it. Yeah. So to initialize it, we just have to say like git init. So there is two different way. There is two way to initialize. There is two way to initialize a project. There is two way to initialize a repository, right? The first one is just as you might have, like in our case here, we're having like xgit as a project, and it's already created. Yeah, it might have like a lot of things. Then whenever we want to add it, it's nice. So you can whether even start a repository from git GitHub, you create everything on GitHub, and then you clone it in your project. And then you can also start locally and then push it to Git. Yeah. So the way we are approaching this one, we just start from creating a project locally, because it is two ways. I told you, you can either decide to start from the cloud or decided to start from local machine. We start from local machine, and I'm pretty sure that there is an exercise here down here that will tackle how we could start and do it from the cloud base, and then yeah, continue. So this is it. So whenever we say git, you just, I don't know, let me just do it again here, and then let me say like let's, you see, like I have nothing as a as a do folder, no folder, no file. Let me also check this one, no folder, no file, even the cache one. But whenever I'm saying just git, and then I'm saying unit, and then uh, now it's going to initialize it. Watch this carefully. Let me make it very big so that it's one, no one will miss it. Good. And then it is saying like initialized empty Git repository. Wonderful. And then they're saying, and then initialize it here all the way to, sorry, they initialize them here all the way to here, X, which is the current project. And then they said it's creating words, this one, is create this folder. So at this time, you can see that there is something changing. I don't know if you notice it, but see, you see here before I type the git init, I will have something like main, right? So whenever I just type git init, and then it's creating this name, and there is something that we call branches here, right? There's something we call branches here, and that can help you also to track on different branches here. So as a branch, it's like branch, like you see like a tree, because like it's sort of like following some hierarchical things, where the main is the main branch, and then there is some other branch you can create other stuff. Okay, just see as a tree, just see as a tree. I don't know. Let me just open here my let me just open here my whiteboard. I really like talking about. I really like talking, showing examples. Sorry for that. Just want everyone to get a on page. Okay. Sorry, just require me to log in, but I really want to show you the thing. So I won't miss it actually. Ooh. Open whiteboard. Can you see my whiteboard? Okay, let me share it instead. You can see it here now, right? Yeah. Like the gate, how it is, like a tree, a normal tree be like what? Let me see. Is this one a pencil or something? Good. Okay, the normal tree be like this, and then like this is like the main, let's say just like sort of a main branch here, and then you should be having like some other branches here, another branches, and this branch can also have another one, and this one can have also another one, and this one can also have again another one, and another one, and so on and so on. So it can be really messy as you want it, but it's great to keep it clean. It's really great to keep it clean. Make it this one, make it this one, maybe this one, and then make it this one, and then this one. Just make it clean. So this that it is, right? So mainly this is the main. This can be the main one, the master of everything, the beginning of everything, and then from there we can create a main. We can create this one. We can even inside this one we can also create another one, and inside this one we can create another, and so on. Actually, there is no even limit here. There is no even limit, but getting a tree like this is very fancy and very weird. We almost trees there like this, like this. I don't know how those people draw them just like simple as that. To get like tree like this is very fancy. So I'll just advise you to just go like to be clear enough to think to avoid some confusion about this. So go ahead and create something new. So what I'm talking about is like it's like tree, right? And we're having a main. So this is the main. This one is like this branch here. This one, this branch. Yeah, the main branch. Let's say just say call it a main branch. Then you can create some other mains and stuff. Yeah. Over time, whenever we go deep into Git, we just see something called Git flows, and Git flow will just help you give you some also other highlights about Git and stuff. Right. Good. Um. Okay, this was just code. Just one trying. I wanted to know it and see the. So you could see how the thing relate to each other. Oh, so I need to share again. Okay, cool. That's it means this main and this is the default one as it's a main branch. Then it's the default one. Yeah. Before it used to be called master, but they changed it like recently. They changed it and they put it to main. That makes sense to most developers. It's still cool. Call its names. Whenever I say main branch, just remember the default one. The first one created once you just created GitHub because we realize that I'm not the one who did it. Whenever I just initialize Git, it just gets the main branch for defaultly. So code. Talking about main branch, a branch is just like I would say just a definition, like the default definition of the things, right? And the idea of branches is like also it can be also the idea of versioning, right? To like make some version ready, yeah. It can be like let's say you're having hard disk, you can have like let me just open this one. Let me just open the file explorer, and then you see like in my file explorer I could have like this PC. Yeah, you see in the PC I'm having like two hard disks. Yeah, I'm have this volume new volumes E, and then the new volume E you'll be having that I'm having some folders, and then I'm having also some person. You could see like here I could put like different things, like in document I could put different things. I could put pictures, I could put like in whatever need you need. Yeah, so this also applies in the projects. Yeah, your project can have different folders and stuff, right? But now in Git, as you're talking about Git, then these branches will help us to just isolate some sort of code, or like as and this one gives you also the flexibility of like whenever we are collaborating, then so that the code won't collide it. Because sometimes let's say maybe we are working on this same project, no, this same document, and then imagine we are typing, maybe we're typing here, let's say I'm typing here, and then Johnson is also typing the same way, right? You see that whenever I'm trying to type something here and then I write it, Probably if Johnson is writing something, probably it overwrites mine and then also writes the Johnson one. And then if another one come, maybe let's say Marion come again, they add again, they also trying to overwrite the Marion's one, and then I type, I mean the Johnson one, and then update the Marion's one, right? So why? Well, because we're working on it like concurrently, right? So they had to get a way that they will isolating like people like code or something like that, so that we could work in the same file but in different branches, right? The same file but with different branches. So whenever we then merge, then bring it like I mean, they consider it as like tree. You see, like the tree we're having, and then like we just maybe putting there. Then if we wanna bring everything back, we'll just cut the trees and stuff, right? You can just to cut them or discard them, right? So we imagine here is like, okay, you guys, let me say Johnson could work on one features, and then in one branch they can see we using the same branch or the same file, I mean, or the same document. And then me, I can work on my own, and then let's say everyone can work on his own, and then at the end of the day, we then bring back all of them to main, right? That's why they say it's main. So like everything we'll be creating against main, so that we can create them. Whenever we finish there, we then merge them. Okay, and most of the time in development teams, the main one is the production. And whenever I'm talking in production, is the code that we are deploying now, the code, the solution. If you're building a web application, then it's the production code is like the code that's being run in the clients, and the clients are seeing the results. That's the production one, right? So that's how it main. So whenever it's going to main, it's like things. There are people that will create like developer branch. There are people who will be doing things and stuff, right? So all the things. So that was first one. Then we initialize the project. We create the project, initialize the GitHub. Now we can have Git. And then if I had to do like Git, no. If I say like ls, then I'm say ls, you see that okay, nothing else because it's like hidden file. But if I say like ls and then I'm saying la, then I'll be able to see the Git file, right? I can even like cd to the Git and then see what was happening there. Wait, is this one empty? Hey, okay, I'll just navigate here, and then I can just console log, and then you see the different files that are there. There's some other files, and okay, like these hooks, info, object, and refs. They are directories. Let me just display the all information about them. You see, wherever there is D, then it's directory, and then wherever there is no D, then it's a file. Like the head, the config, and the descriptions are files. So you can even say like, let's say cards, and then let's say description, and then probably this one is describing a name repository. I feel like this one will be having the description of the repository. Let's say car, and then let's say hey, head, and then they say, well, what is in head is like referencing to the head main. Actually, this just keep on tracking of the current, probably current or something. The current, yeah, the current head, and the head is like the top, actually the top commits, yeah, or the current commit you're working on. That's the head. So we'll be grasping into this, and then we just understand them. Don't worry. Over time, you just get to understand everything whenever you'll be working with them, right? Good. So that was it. We just created Git repository, we initialize it, we see what is in Git, and then what the folder, the default folder I bring. So the second one was like rename main branch from master branch to main. So like as I told you before, the main branch, like the default branch, the principal branch was like called master, right? And then I don't know, but like around maybe 2K19 or 2K21, then they changed the master branch to be main, to be called main, yeah. But Git sometime if you don't configure it, is still creating the default as master. So they had that was the idea. Question. Okay, nice. Our name and master same. Okay, it's just a matter. Okay, it's just a master of preferences. But most people decided since when they decided people to just go with main. Yeah. For me, whenever I install the Git, I just instruct them to just create it as a name instead of matter. I just change it. Yeah. But in case you wanna rename it, just say like okay. You say like Git branch, and then you say dash M. We can do capital M or small m, and then you put a name of one of the branch. the name you want to call it. Mine is main. Let's say you can just bring it back to master or something like that. You see, it's changing to master, right? And then you can say thing git branch and then dash m and then you say main and then if you change to main, yeah. So that's it. So whenever it is in master main, you can go bring it back to master, or whenever it's in master, bring it back to main as your preferences. But this one is just a command to change the current branch. Okay, so there is probably a different one to change another one. Good, good. But main and master are same. Okay, as I told, I don't know if you pronounce it. Yeah, it's just a matter of preferences or names. But I don't know. You can go ahead and use main, or you can go use master. It's up to you. Yeah, but just no matter of convection, the team you're working in, they prefer using main. Yeah, you can go ahead and use it. Okay, that's it. Good. So I'm having. Sorry. Oh, okay. Welcome. Okay, that's it. We just rename ours, then make changes to the projects, add a file, rename file. So now we just have to do something, just can be tracked. Yeah. So here is the thing. There is some command that we can help us to log the track. That's the stage one. If something is stage, something is not stage and stuff, right? Um, there is something like called git log. Let's say git log, and then this one we track. You see, they're saying like follow, and then they're saying your current branch main does not have any commit yet. So the here is just helping you to see the current changes that you did. So if you did some changes there, then it will try to help you show the changes you did, right? So if there is nothing yet, then it will just give you the message there is nothing to change, right? That's why they're instructing us to just create make some changes in a file, something like that. Okay, I'm going to just create file called index.html. Or let me just call even it app.js. Yeah. As soon as I'm adding add so, as soon as I'm adding app.js. Okay, this is the command to create a file. So whenever I create app.js, if you see like I'm saying like ls, then you see that I'm having the file here app.js in here in the main directory. And then whenever I'm just creating that, the what we're talking about tracking the changes is like you wanna say again git log. You remember whenever I say that git log here, they say like faro, and then they say your current brand main does not have any income here, right? So here now, let's have like let's say git log again, and then we see what happened. And then, oh no way. Okay, okay. Now it's not tracking it. Why? Can someone have an idea why it's not tracking it? You see, I still have it, but they're saying that the current brand does not have any commit yet. Anyone have an idea? No one. Okay. Yeah, we're halfway there. Okay, it's supposed to track it before that one, but that's the idea, right? The thing we didn't add anything yet, right? But and then beside, it's like we just created like an empty file. I mean, empty file. There is nothing inside, so there is nothing to. Yeah, we did init, we did get init already. That's why we're even seeing git. That's why you're even seeing main here because we did get init, right? But the thing is, like, if I had to display the card, then I say app.js, you see that it's very empty, right? And whenever it's very empty, then it won't track it. That's why. So if sometimes we'll be adding some empty folder and then you push it and then you think that it's going to add something, it won't add anything. If the folder are very empty, even the file is empty, then it won't track it. Okay, but put that in your mind. So don't be confused. Don't be freak out one time, right? Good. So what can I do right now? Okay. I guess you haven't installed like Visual Studio Code, so we just keep it like on the command line right now, and then we do something maybe later. Okay. Um. Okay. I'm just going to do this thing. Um, okay, and I'm going to say geese is amazing. Okay, and then we're gonna do it in the okay update.js. Let's see. I think this one will work. This one will really work. Let me take it out. Okay, yeah, good. Now we're having something there, and then we say glog. Good. Still the same thing. Yeah, but you can say also git diff, and then we say app.js, and then we see that okay, it's not bringing any changes yet. Yeah, but now okay, you see like here it's trying to logs, and this one logs, it just logging the commits you have been doing, right? It just log the commits you are doing, right? So now we need now to do two things, and like these two things, three things. Is there any question there? Let me check. Okay, no question. So actually, now you have like to remember something. Yeah, initialize the project, like initialize the project. Yeah, initialize the project, right? Uh, changes, like make some changes. After making some changes, then you need to save stage. Yeah, because like the instruction were like make some changes, and we may already make changes. Then the next stage is what stage you changes and commit them. Okay, the staging now is like okay, actually all of these things are happening because everything was like really empty, and then it couldn't, like, it's not tracking any file. Yeah, now we now have to give it the right, or adding the right to the stage. And the stage is the more of like a temporary file. It's like we are telling Git that okay, this thing, I'm pretty sure this is ready. Just put it there, make it on a stage, so that anytime soon I'm going to commit it. I'm going to save it and then push it, right? So putting the stage is like saving it somewhere there. Saving it somewhere for me to just review other thing and then adding it, right? So good. So the first thing to do to stage the things, we just say git add and then the file name. Yeah, there is pretty much different scenarios of how you could do it. There is the file that you could add file by file if you really want to track the history. One thing, the history. What do you mean by history? Yeah, sometimes you are making changes, right? But sometimes you will want like to reverse. Actually, there is a lot of scenarios, and the more you'll be reading about this, the more you'll be understanding things. But hear me out. There is sometimes that you make some changes, you work on the other changes, and then probably you realize that there is some code that messed up. Yeah, there is something that messed up your application, and sometimes you can't even relocate it, or you can't even locate, where the problem is. But again, you cannot remove everything. Probably it will mess up with something. Yeah, so then you will need probably to a specific probably commit, and then go back, and then to change something like that, and so on. Right. So we just see it's very short, but for now, just now that we can stage it one file after another year, or we can just like we can say git add, and then we add file name, and we add file name, or we can just say like GitHub, and then we say like dot, and then dots will just track like pretty much everything. It's just like every trackball, every file that's having. So I can still use this thing. They can still use it here right now because I don't know. I only have one file, so I can still use it. But it's not good. It's not actually good to use it like maybe you're working on a large project with you and you touched a lot of files. It's not good to commit everything at once. At least separate them, maybe 3 to 5 commits. That would be nice, so that you can have at least a clear commit history. Yeah, and then if I dare to say the git log here again, and then it's still there, but we need now to commit it. Now, let me check something. Clone in add and remove element. There is a biceps. Examine the history bicep, the get log, show the status. Okay, actually, I was confusing a bit. Sorry for that. I was confusing git log and git status, right? So git log is just to see everything that have been committed, right? Everything that have been committed. You can still use git status. That will show you the current status of the things. Yeah, I was supposed to use it since then, but now it's okay. So in this one, they give you a few information. They show you the branch you are working on. They show you if there is a commit yet you have made there and the changes, and then they say changes to be committed. So whenever things is red, it means something is staged. It means that thing is staged. So you can see also unstaged it, right? Maybe you commit something by mistake, you didn't want to do it, maybe it has some sensitive data, and then you can just go ahead and remove it. So let's just try to remove this thing. Then let's say git rm, and then we say this, or then we say cached, and then we say like app.js, and then we go ahead there. Oh, okay, sorry, typo. Good. And then if I go to say git status, and then we see that it's red. So wonderful. Sorry. So it means like all files that haven't been tracked, haven't been staged, then read. Okay, that file that have been, I mean, the file that is not tracked yet, then it should be in that mode, right? Okay, let's go. Let's continue. I was talking about staging. Okay, so you see like the difference here. The one I was staging, the staging is like adding it to the stage, and the stages I would say it's a temporary, to decide like if I want to save it or not, right? So you see like I was like, okay, I realized that okay, it's not ready yet. Let me bring it back. I bring it back here, then I can do work on it, and then push, and then maybe commit stage it, right? So whenever you see like when you say git status and something is in red, it means like this thing is staged and it's ready to be saved, yeah, to be saved, to commit. That what we call commit, yeah, ready to be commit. But all the steps we are working on here, they're all locally, right? They're all the stage here are locally right now. So nothing else now we don't like that is see the going up there and so on. So everything now of now is like locally, right? So this is it. So we are just remove it. No, now it's not stage. So how to stage things? You show it. It's like key add, and then you see like dot. You can say dot, or you just specify the file. And then whenever we stage it, and then it's gonna stage it, and then it says da 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 da, and then you see like now it's staged. And then it's now they even saying you like changes to be committed, and then they say you like untracked file. It means those the file that are not being tracked, or are not tracked. So like whenever we stage it, like right now, I think if we have also to add something maybe, and then we also have to do something again, like whatever. Let's just try to add something else there. They are working on the TLI. This is crazy, creepy. And then they say GitHub. GitHub is amazing. No, no, no. Forget about amazing. Is the best. I'm pretty sure that this one will append. Yeah, I think it's append. I think there is a difference between using one. Yeah, they're using one and using one. This one. I don't know. I don't remember it, but yeah. This one must append it. Like, let me say card and then say update yes, and then you see, okay, yeah, wonderful. It's appended it, yo. That's good. And then let's say again get status, and then you see that again, you see modifications. You see like they see the difference here, it was like untracked, right? And then here is like changes to be committed, right? And then here changes not stage commit, like says not stage for commit, right? And it means like this one not tracked, yeah. And then you say like modified, but if you come here, it's not just show anything, but it's rather so that it wasn't just stage. Like here's a new file, and then here's nothing because we haven't put anything else. You have to be careful on those things. It can give you something like so it can help you to really debug it easily, right? So again, whenever we're making any change, we are making any changes, you need to stage them. Yeah, whenever you're saying staging something, it means like track, like more of tracking, saying that okay, this one we have in hand on it, it's ready to be saved. Where and then whenever it's ready to be saved, it means it's ready to be what, to be pushed to the local resource, I mean to the server. I mean to the cloud. Yeah. Then we go gonna ahead again, and then we say also AS, and then it will save everything. Good. One more things I told you. Oh, sorry, I need to respond to someone. Sorry, they say inform us before so we can do together, Joshua. I told you. Okay, I will inform you. I will inform you, Boniface. That's cool. I will inform you. No worries. But I might having some. I might having sessions like maybe in evening or most of the time. So yeah, will be finding me probably here doing things. So that's cool. Sorry, I was just responding to someone who's in online, right? Good. Okay, everything is good. So mark that it's red here and modified. Now it's green, and they're saying changes to be committed. So commit now is like now we are saving it. Yeah, you remember once we did git log and then we couldn't see anything here yet because nothing yet is saved. Now we are saving now. And whenever we are saving, it's like we are telling now Git this thing is ready to be pushed, because like if now right now we're trying like let me see something. Let's say git push actually is something, as you hear push is something like to upload the file. Is we upload the file to the cloud. If I had to upload this file, this one, let's say, okay, I can't do anything because I haven't had any remote server, something like that. But yeah, anyway, we're just gonna see it, yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, Bonnie, okay, it's okay. Where are you based? You're based where? Which country are you from, man? Because like if you're in the US, then there is a CTD called the Dream. That's the boot camp you can start, and they can help you to develop. So anytime soon, you let me know. Okay, yeah, let me know, and then I can tell you about it. Yeah, cool. Okay, okay, let's go. Sorry guys, sorry for disturbance. So actually, I was remember that we haven't tackled yet the remote server, right? We still have our remote server, no remote cloud that we haven't touched on, right? Okay, let me just interrupt with you guys. So let me know, is everything clear right now? On the comment section or raise your hand if everything's cool. React on some, everything is cool, right? Good. I just want to be good, wonderful. Okay. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, I was just trying to do some this push, but we're gonna see it and show. But whenever we're saying git push, it means like we are taking now the code, like the way you could just upload. You know that the way you could just upload something on Drive. Oh, okay. We fixed. Yeah, we see. Okay, I don't know when the session will end. Probably it will end late for me, so probably be a bit tired to sleep. But we'll arrange. No problem. But in the meantime, you can still ask something here, so that we can also make sure that everything's cool, right? Good. Anyway, okay. So what I'm saying is we'll be talking about push. Sometimes you have something in your local repository, no, local machine, and you want to put it on Google Drive, so you need to upload. Yeah, you need to upload a photo on Facebook. You need to upload a photo probably on WhatsApp, and also. So we are putting something from your computer to a cloud. And what is our cloud here? Our cloud we're talking about, whenever we're talking about cloud here or remote repository here, we are talking about GitHub. Yeah, GitHub, which is like in remote, right? So that's how we're talking about it, right? And whenever we're saying like about push, it means like pushing to there. Whenever we're saying about pull, it means like downloading something from the local repository to here, right? So those are the top few terminologies that we'll be seeing here and there, right? So let's move to the next one. They say stage and change. I mean, schedule changes and commit them, right? So okay, here all the files are ready to commit. They are as they're saying here. Oh. Here they find they say change it to be committed. So this is now the time for us to commit. Good. The commit message, the commit one is the stage, like saving all the changes. And whenever you're saying all the changes, GitHub will know that, oh, okay, these things is ready to be what? To be sent to the local, I mean, to the remote repository or to the cloud, which is what? Which is GitHub, right? So now we say like git commit, that's the syntax, and then say hyphen m. The m is like changes, it means like message, yeah. It means like commit and then provide a message, yeah. So we need to provide a message, and then this thing like acronyms. Whenever we're working on a feature, or whenever we're working on something, we just read them whenever we're gonna reading git flows, something like that. But here we just need to put a message. Okay, this message is what is like a little bit of a reflections of what you are doing, or no, what you did maybe in that commit, right? A little bit of same thing like shows that what you did actually, a brief, I mean a brief description or something like that, yeah, just showing what you did on the promise, yeah. So if you maybe work on some functionalities, right, then just go ahead and then define it. There is even a way that you can just define a title in the name, yeah, but I think for now it's a bit advanced, right? We're gonna just see it the more we advance the thing, right? So here just put a message, and then I will say that, oh, display GitHub, and just GitHub greetings. Yeah. Okay, that's the message. And this also is also important, right? It's also important in the way that you can really come back to it, yeah. Like anytime soon, it can really help you to identify and then come back to it, right? Let me just clear enter, and then it's saying all this thing here, yeah. So here we're gonna have some few problems here. Why? Because I haven't configured my thing yet, but I think it even did it automatically. You could say like git commit ama a star and then one file change to instruction, create more. Let's see if you say like git org, and then that's what we give us. That's what we make up sure you okay, wonderful. You see, then it gives you the full description. What I told you about the head, you will be always seeing like the main and then head. The main and the head is the current, yeah. It's a current it's a current like the current commit, yeah, the current commit. Okay, let's say just say the last, yeah, the last updated to be, that's a being committed, and this the hash. This is important in one. Whenever we'll be talking about it, you just see the importance of this one. The author, the one who just upload the things, and then date here and stuff, something like that. You could also update it. They even suggest it here. You could also update it. Yeah. Sorry. We can go ahead and update it and then put. Actually, most of them just put your credentials. Then you say git config, and then dash dash global, and then user dot name, and then I'm open. I'll be putting mine. I'll put my username. Basically, that's my new username, right? Okay, git config. Wait. Okay, paste, and then here you just need to put your username, and this is my GitHub username. And then I need to put here my email again as well. Actually, this is the email that you created your account with. Yeah. So you remember GitHub, your message, your email that you created your account with, and then go ahead and put it here. Mine is Jose Bate, and then okay, okay. Good. But I think let me just try to see if it's being applied. Okay. The actually it won't be applied, but whenever I'm just gonna make the next commit, then that will be applied. Obviously, it will be applied because it won't change that right now. I'm pretty sure I don't know how right now how to change it, but maybe we'll explore it, right? So now we have committed them, right? Then comes okay. Then they say stage your changes. Okay, we did it. Then create a GitHub repository and then connect it with your project. Wonderful. It's like you see like this one. You see like let's say if I say car and then I say after yes, you see like here I'm having like all the code I could have written, right? So most of time we create like for each feature, maybe if the feature you're working on, you'll be creating a Git branch, and then let's say probably from RIS this time I've been just I finish implementing. Maybe I had to write these two functions here, and then um, I finished to implement them. Then I need to push it so that probably my peer can see it, and then they can also review me. Review me or maybe deploy these changes, right? So I'm just done it right now. Now I have to push it, yeah, to put it and upload it on the repo, right? There it comes in. Here it comes in with and with our account now. So the instruction here is like create a GitHub repo, yeah, GitHub repo, and probably whenever I'm starting GitHub, I don't know, I'll be landing somewhere like here. Yes, I'll be landing somewhere like here, and then you can just go here where there is your photo. It's a bit slow. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, whenever more photos, and you have a different menu here. There are different menus here. So you can just come here, your profile. There is two ways you can go to, whether your profile or your repositories. Let's just go to your repository. And then whenever we remember what I said about repositories are projects, yeah? Are projects that will create. So here you can filter them, you can search for a project or whatever and so on, yeah? For here, we're just going to create one. We're just going to create a repository here. And okay, yeah, I think it's great to mention that most of time you'll be having a project already. Maybe let's say you'll be having this movie here. You'll be having maybe this movie project. They give you probably they give you this link, and then now you have to implement changes. Yeah, there is two different techniques. Yeah, there is in some companies that you have to clone, and then clone. What does clone need? This functionality here. The clone just it just creates a copy of your project into your GitHub, right? That's cloning, yeah. Whenever we are saying like cloning, it means like we are trying to create like a copy of this application that is in the server, and then putting it in my GitHub. But the funny thing is, they are still ties. They are still ties. They still have signs. They're still showing that it's theirs. So it means you can still raise a peer to the main branch. So I think they're still the main branch. Okay, no. They're still the main repository. The one is cloned one. It's the copy one. Yeah, and they still have some links and so on, right? So that's one thing. And then the other thing, they add you to the repository because like this project belongs to me. So it's whether I give you access to it, I share it with you, or I add you as a collaborator. Those are the terminology we use. There will be like someone who owns the repository, other there will be like collaborator, and they can actually, if you don't have the full access to it, then you can't do everything. But most of the time, you'll be doing something also, right? So here, this whenever if okay, there is still thing. If you have a project already and you have to use it, you can whether clone it and then make it yours, and then sorry, you can fork it, the fork, and then make it yours. It will be in your account, right? It will be in your account, and then you can use it, right? Wonderful. And then you clone. The cloning then is like uploading again, like downloading. Sorry, it's downloading from your local machine. That's the things. You cloning is like downloading from the local machine and so on, right? That's one thing from when you start here and then you go there, right? But in our case, that is like we having it in local machine. Remember that, yeah? Sorry. Okay, let's continue. For us, we have it in local machine, yeah. We have it in local machine, but we don't have any link yet with any project. But it means like we have to create one on our own and then now clone it. No, we can weather clone. But that's also another different scenarios, right? So let's go here and try to enumerate some few steps we could take. Let's say first one we could let's say first one, let's say creates our own repo, right? And then clone fork fork someone else repo. You see, these are two different things, yeah. So if you need to create our own repo, then we need to just add an origin in the local repo. Yeah. So if we fork other repos, then we need to clone so that we have a copy, and then after then we download. Okay. Oh, sorry, for someone else repo, and then we need to clone it so we have another copy. Okay, no. We cloned our copy, and then we like download locally. Wonderful. Good. That's nice. Okay, this is the step. So whenever you're having someone is giving you his repo or adding you as a collaborator, most of the time some companies just add you directly as a collaborator on the repo, so you do everything, you perform everything, but you have just to clone it again, download it in your computer, and then continue working, and then continue crack. And then surprisingly, they have like this one, they have everything you need to start working already. You have the Git and everything. You just need, it's more of like whenever you just have Git installed, then you are free to go, right? Good. And after that, and then we download. Okay, that's nice. But for us, it's here. We have our own repo. We create our own repo, and then we have to add an origin to the local repo so that it can have a matching. So right, all right. Let's just go here. Let's just go back here and let's just go back here and create our own. So we go to new. Just gonna give us a form that we have to fill. Need to fill some form. Oh, first of all, just to choose the owner. If you're having a lot of owners, okay, I belong to some companies. These are some companies repos or some company username or something like that. So I have to choose mine, my local one. I want to work with owner as a local, and then here you put a repo name, right? Let's say like CTD Git. Good. Description is just to put in our description. It's our Git session under CTD. Good. So this is the thing. Public. Let me make it big. There's two things, whether public and private. Yeah. Here is something they're saying like anyone on the internet can see this repo. Choose who can commit. Yeah. Okay. Like this means that you can choose who can commit to it, who can collaborate to you. You can whether accept or not, but everyone can see it, can see the code, everyone can see everything you did, all the packages you are using, all the collaborator and stuff like that. Yeah, they can see everyone, they can even clone it, right? They can even clone it, but the thing is they can't just see what you're doing, right? They can't just see what you're doing. I don't know. They can't just like comment anyhow, right? They can't just comment anyhow, right? That's it. And then here comes the private. Then here say you choose who can see and commit the repo. So this one, whenever it's private, then you need to send invitation to people add them as a collaborator and stuff like that, right? For now, I think we go for public. I don't know. Yeah, we let's go for public. We go for public, and then yeah, we continue. Good. So there is few things here, but I won't bother myself doing all those things. Maybe I can just add a node. No, 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 no. Let's just keep it like that. Let's just keep it simple, right? Let's keep it simple. Let's see. They also that create a Git repo and then connect the project. Nice. We just come here and then we say like, okay, create repo, and then it's going to create a repo for us. And then it just come with some few instructions that help us to get, yeah. They say like say quick setup if you done this on the kind of okay, right, wonderful. They give us a link. They're trying to instruct us about something to do. There is two ways. If you create a new repo, which is in our case, and then you have to do what, you add something to it. Maybe you for them they just add the readme file, and then for us the init add readme file, and then they commit it and they change the branch name, and then we have to add means they connect. We have to connect now the local repo to the online repo. Remember, now our things in the cloud is very empty. You could see it from here. It's very empty. Now we are going to add it, and then we push the changes we did, right? Let's go. Let me copy that link. You can also copy it or not. And then we come, let's open here. Let's open this one here. Okay. Let's again check status. Nothing to commit. You see, nothing to commit. Let's say git log. Yeah, we have something to commit. I don't know, we have something to commit or not. So yeah, this thing. If you want to check if your a repo is connected, oh, okay. So some people leaving have to leave. Thank you. Okay, nice. After this part, I'm lost on what to do next. Okay. Okay. Can you highlight me more on which parts you're talking about exactly? Yeah. Okay. Okay. It means like oh, okay, like creating the link, but you are able to create like the repository, right? Okay. Okay. You see, like you already have an account, right? Yes. Yeah. We just click on here. Probably there will be nothing, and then you go to repositories. Okay. And then it should give you a way to create a new repository, and then you add a name as what we did, right? And then if you don't add anything else extra, then you land here. And here they give you just few instructions, but you just have to keep in mind one, because for us we are following the schedule and we have always almost done everything, right? We're almost done everything. Now we are just trying to it's sort of like, let's say here, like this part here, this part here is a local repository, and then this part here is a online. So we need to take everything in local, which is already staged here, which is already staged here. It's already staged here, so that we can send it to the online repository. So if you want to check if there is a link between your local and any repository online or on the cloud, you need to say git remote, and then you say dash a dash v. And then if it's empty, it means that your local repository or your project is not linked to GitHub, any GitHub account or any Git repository, right? So we need to add it. And the command to add is like git add remote, No, it's git remote, remote add origin. The origin means like repo, the local, the online repository. Add the online repository with this link, and then we need just to copy this one. We can either copy this one, or we can just copy it from here, and then both ways we work. It means here we are just setting the cloud link to the local repository, which is here, and then whenever we hit enter, if everything is good, then we see something. But here now we are confused because there is a repo remote. Oh, sorry. They say remote and then that size. If we had to check again the origins, and then you see that it's having origin for fetching, which is downloading, and then for pushing, which is uploading. Yeah, we'll have origin on something. That means you can fetch, you can push. See, all right, that's all right. Okay, that's good. So we still have some changes here. If you check here, you check like the status is okay, nothing to commit. It means now we are ready to push. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the next expression. So they say create, then they say create a GitHub repo and then connect with project. Okay, next is here. Push your changes to GitHub. Now this is a crucial part. We already connected them. We already connected it. It means it's time now to send, to upload to GitHub. And I'm just gonna say it's like git push origin, and then we say main. It means like whenever we say the origin here, and then it's come here, you see it's come here, and then check, do we have push? It means if you have this push at this origin to this link, and then it will push it to this link. That's the meaning of this one. It means take this origin. What's the origin here? This is the origin, and the link is here, and then go check the branch call name. That's what we're gonna do there, because we might having a lot of branches. You see them over time that will be having a lot of branches, and so yeah, go ahead and check it out. Okay, if I click enter, and then it's just going to do attempt to upload, you'll be seeing it's the progression bar. Give it a few time, and if you're having like if you have been doing a lot of changes, then it will take quite some time. Hey, okay. Actually, it's been like okay, just change this operating system. Then I really need to log in, and then so that I can get the token, I can receive the token and stuff like that, right? But I think I can just log in, sign in, and over. So this, I think, this is for the first time. That's when it will attempt to do this. But whenever you just do it for the first time, then you never do it again. But sometimes it's also enforce you to do it again. That's for security purpose. Okay, just taking some time. Okay, let me try again. Okay, wonderful. I think it's done, right? It's saying info, please complete on okay. It's complete authentication, it's authenticated already. Enumerated object done 3, and then counting object done 3. Delta compression data, everything is cool, right? So if we came here, you see like it's still empty. If we came here and then we try to refresh, wonderful. And then whenever we try to refresh, and you clearly see that we are now having an app.js, and then if you open the app.js, you could see that we have these lines here. We have console.log git is amazing, console.log github is best, is the best. All right, that's it. So like we successfully accomplish the first push. You just push something and then we put it there, right? Any question on that so far, so that we can tackle them and then see this. You can put it on chats. You can also ask me, and then we see how we can continue. Just a few minutes for some questions about this. And let me know in the comment section as well if everything is good, if the sound is nice. Yeah, let me know if the sound is good. So is everything okay? Still trying, okay. Everything's good, okay. I will complete the homework tomorrow. Taking notes. Okay, that's wonderful. Good. So let's first proceed. So now we're having everything here, okay. And then we are able to upload so we can see. So it's like this one we have every single things that you worked on, okay. If you just implementing some changes, if you are just implementing some changes, so everything will be updated there and so on, right? So that's it. Okay, let's move on. The second one is now create a new branch called dev, and then from dev create another branch called test, and then go back to dev and then delete test changes. Oh, wonderful. They're just trying to trick us. Oh, God. Okay, so you see here, let me just expand it. That task, you can just do it in different ways. The first one you can do it is here on remote. Uh, you see here there is like this would symbolize branches, and you can have as many branches as possible. So here we still have one branch here, but you can still manage them here, because if you go to view all branches, you see you can add a new branch, you can even delete this branch here, so on. But let's just try to see how we can manage them locally, right? So okay, go branch, that's pull, that's false. Okay, so let's see now. They say like pull changes or create new branch. To create a branch, just do this. Okay, I'm wondering, there is two ways to create branches. There is a former one and there is a new one. Yeah, let me see what they use in this session to create branches. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see. Okay, they don't specify. Hmm. Okay. Let me let me see. Let me see. Check out. Actually, you can switch. Git switch. Let me just try to get the difference is switch branch and checkout. Actually checkout was the former one. Checkout was the former one, and then now people are using more. Most of the time they're using switch. Um, yeah. So you can say like just git checkout, and then you put a new branch, and then I think you can just that one will check out, but you can then switch slash c, and then it's just like helping you to do the things. So let me just see if we can do what one. Okay, here is the few of the commands you can do. Let's say if you wanna work, if you wanna do switch, you can say just git switch, and then you put some option, and then you put branch. But if you say git switch and then you put some branch, it means you are automatically switching to it. And then if you can say like git switch, and then you say like new branch, if you want to put new branch and then some star points, but you can say that C, and then you saw so this one is like creating and switching. You can create and switch directly, right? But okay, that's how it is, right? So let's say git branch. Let's say git branch. Because you can also use a git branching something, and then just to create a new branch, and then you won't switch directly. You see, like git switch. Okay, that's this one will just create new one and then switch. That's what I was telling you about. You could also do it this way. Take out master. Take out master. Okay. So okay, actually the documentation that's still using switchouts. I don't know if you should use switch or should use whatever. Anyway, git. Let's just use checkout, right? And then they say to create a branch called dev. Let me see. Okay, you see, like whenever I'm saying to try, then it's trying to get that there is something there is no checkout that is there. So we really need to, okay, if it's something that's already created, then we can switch to it, right? So let's say git switch again. I'm just trying to explore different options that will be showing why. And then let's say again Dave. You see, they're saying like they are invalid, but I'm pretty sure that if I had to say like switch, and then I'm saying like C, and then you see, oh sorry, I put something like this one, you see that they are saying switch to a new brand dev. It means it's like creating it and then switching it to it, right? But from now I can even get, I can say git checkout to main, because I'm having main, you see, and then I can say git switch to dev because I'm having dev. But if I don't have it, I should use the option whether C or even on checkout, I could use also D. Also, they say that to go back to dev again, go back to dev and create test, right? We're on dev and then we create test. Let's then use the checkout. Was it like B, and then we say like test, right? You see, and then it will create. Remember, anytime I use it without the C, without the B, it was screaming out. Yeah, it's not much any far because I was just trying to check out to something that doesn't not exist. So if it does not exist, you want to create it. If you're using checkout, you better use dash B. Okay. If you want to create something and you are using switch, you can use dash C. Yeah, dash C to say that you want to create it if it's not there. But if you just switch to something that doesn't exist, then you'd be mistaken. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. And whenever I'm saying that it doesn't exist or it does exist, means probably it's coming from where? From probably the I mean the cloud. It's coming from the cloud, and then I'm trying to use it. Okay. Cool. Good. 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 Okay, that's the thing. I already have test here, and then I already have dev. So I did this. So then go back to dev, and then I'm gonna switch. I can whether check out or switch. And then this is just normally as it is. Now I'm saying here and then I'm saying switch. And then you can see now I'm on dev, and then they're saying that okay, they're saying that we should delete. So about deleting in branches in GitHub, as I was saying, branches, remember it's well, branches they are meant for, let's say, one or two things. The first thing they are meant for what? The branching they are meant for features, yeah. Like we make sure that every feature we are doing, we created is in its own branch so that we can easily manage it. So probably we're having a lot of features and then we don't know where we work on there. Then we manage this one so that we can add features and the things. Most of the time, whenever you're using branch, it means remember to merge back and make it align with the main branch. And now we have dev and we have main, we have dev and stuff like that, right? I can also say like git branch. Is it like branch? Dash a. Is it a like this? No, no, no. Sorry. Let me check. Okay, it's like this instead. Yeah. If you say like git branch and then you say dash a and then you see like dev here, you say main here and you say this. And it's always in green and then with an asterisk if it's the current one. Yeah. Good. And this one is like the remote one. Okay, and you could also see where it's red, it means like it's remote, it's on remote. Like this other thing that like the tests and the dev, we haven't pushed them remote. You need to push them remote so they can be applied there. Because like if we had to go here, if you had to go here and then refresh and refresh and refresh and refresh, we will never see something like dev here. We won't see any dev. You see, yeah, even here. You see, it's only main. There is no dev. Yes, sorry. You can see there is no dev here, right? Why? Just because we don't have it. We don't have it. So we haven't pushed it yet. Okay. So now the task is just to go back and then we will do what? We delete test, and then as long as it's not remote, then probably it's making it easier for us to do it. Yeah, making it easier for us to do it. And the command to delete a branch in git. And then you see that there is just easier as this what git branch dash d and then the name of the branch and then the d is coming from the branch, right? And then a, because like if you even had to check it here, we see like the slash d. You see, uh, like even there's no merge, it's gonna delete a branch, delete fully merged branch. Actually, it can even delete us the thing that have been merged and stuff like that, right? So you can reuse whatever you want. Okay, let's say git branch. Let's say pull up one and then we say like test. We make sure we're in dev. We're in dev, so make sure we're in dev. If you attempt to delete something you're on, I'll probably bring a problem. Let's say delete dev, and then we see like error cannot delete a brand dev because work tree. Yeah, that's the current work tree. Then why are you trying to delete it? Then it's rendering, and then it's there. If I had to say like git branch again, and then I say that and then we see that we're having only dev, I'm having only main, and so on. Yeah, so that's it. We done with this one. Good. Let's now try to dive into this one. Good. Now we on dev. I think we should remain on dev as instructed. They didn't give us any instruction about that. So we try to remain here. Okay, I guess there is no question. Thank you. Have today. Okay, thank you. See you. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let's proceed. The second one is this one, exercise one. The second one is like this one, exercise one, exercise two. And I think, wait, I don't know. We have been streaming for how long? Let me check. Is it like an hour or something? Probably, nearly 2 hours. So let's just do the same last exercises so that we can continue maybe another one later. Or you guys, how do you guys think? Do you still have some time? Let me know. Seth and Taylor, let me know. You still have some time? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I will just we just gonna go. We are just going through the projects, and then we just Taylor, are you still have some time so we continue, or what's availability? Okay, okay. I think these two. I think we can even stop from here, and then we continue the other session tomorrow. We successfully did what we did. We create some local repository. We create some file call up here. Um, and then we put something inside. We staged it. We stage it, and we create also some different branches locally, and so on. So now I think we can just give it a show for now, and then see how we can continue it tomorrow or after tomorrow. Just any other day, we can just continue with it, and then try to try to continue with the exercises. Whereby we're gonna be like probably tomorrow. Good. Tomorrow we're gonna just continue with it. Whereby we're gonna to see how to juggle, how to juggle into different branches, how to compare some changes between different currencies, how to save the current is stash. There is something we call stash. We save it for later use. Maybe it's not necessary currently. Then we have to save it. Then say repeat same procedure for the new about things, like just going through the things, and then we can also pop, delete something from stash, and then come. Actually, we're gonna just perform some operations that we involve stashing, and the stashing is a technique whereby we keep like a portion of code somewhere so that we can use it later. Maybe you believe that this one is not necessary for now, but I will need it. Yeah, I'll definitely need it somewhere, so I will be using it. And also see how to use different dev, because that way we stop from today, how to use different branches. So tomorrow we just continue with that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you for joining. And thank you for everyone. Have a wonderful night. I think I will also have to rest a bit, and then yeah, please, guys, don't forget. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. Let me know in the Slack. DM me if just in case you need some help, or if in case you need something from me. Just let me know. Okay. Don't hesitate to hit me up so that we can continue with you personally. on anytime. So good night. See you. Be great. So Shakur, how are you doing? Hope you're still there. Let me know, my brother. Are you doing okay? Let me know in the comment section if you, in case you need us to continue about something, which I've been doing some things, and we can be doing this thing about gate and stuff, right? Okay. Uh, okay. So probably if there is no one in the chat, there is no one saying anything, then we will need to probably pause a bit and then continue tomorrow. So without further ado, I will say hi to you. Have a good night. We've been streaming for almost an hour. Oh no, for almost 2 hours. On me it's like an hour and 57. Mm, that I need your help, brother. I know you are much better than me. So need